Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about some of the really cool fiction that has been coming out recently and that I'm really excited to read. I've organized them all into this exciting pile. Check it out! Woo! So the first book I wanted to talk about is the new Julian Barnes, The Noise of Time. And I'm just so excited to read this. I love Julian Barnes. His Booker Prize winning novel Sense of Ending blew me away, and this one looks just as good. It's set in 1930s Stalinist Russia and follows a real-life composer. It's sort of a fictional memoir. It's following this composer named Shostakovich. Am I pronouncing that right? But in the book story asks these really deeply profound questions of how does an artist express themselves in a society that doesn't want them to. And in the case of Shostakovich, work was allowed to be performed. Does that make him then culpable with the state? And really interesting questions like that. So yeah, this book looks amazing. I love this new hardback edition. It's so sleek and cool. I can't wait to read. The next book I wanted to talk about is Preparation for the Next Life by Atticus Lish. And this book looks amazing. It's a love story between a Chinese immigrant named Julian and an Iraq war veteran named Brad Skinner. And they're this unlikely duo. Julian's living in like a motel room with like 10 other people and working at this Chinese food restaurant and just really struggling to get by. Brad, who's just come back from Iraq, is just on this massive drug party bender and just wants to forget everything, and somehow the two meet and becomes a love story of this unlikely pair. It was on so many top 10 lists when it came out in hardback last year, and it's just been released in paperback here. And just reading the opening pages, it just looks, the language is just so slick and stylish. It looks like a great read. Preparation for the Next Life. Can't wait to check it out. Next book I'm really excited for is The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. It just came out in paperback. I love this new edition of it, and I just can't wait to read this book. It's about this couple, Axel and Beatrice, going across this ancient Britain full of ogres and pixies and monsters and dragons, I think maybe, and in a search for their long-lost child. And it sounds absolutely amazing. Everything I've read by Ishiguro, I've loved. So when this first came out, there's a big hullabaloo, whether it was fantasy or whether it was literary. I don't know. I don't care. I love Ishiguro's work. This looks amazing. I can't wait to read it. The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. The next exciting fiction book I want to read is a little more obscure, and you might not have heard of it. It's called Black Wings Has My Angel by Elliott Chaze, and it's been published by NYRB. It's an old book. It came out back in the 50s or 60s, I think, and it's just supposed to be this long-lost classic, well-known amongst, crime writers as just this amazing piece of noir, hard-boiled fiction. And it sounds great. It's about this runaway, escaped convict who has a plan for the ultimate heist, and then he falls in love with this girl. The quote from the book is, "A $10 tramp" is how she's referred to, and together they're gonna try and pull off this heist if they don't destroy each other beforehand. It sounds amazing, and I really like NYRB and independent publishers who bring out really lost, obscure classics like this one, because it really calls your attention to them. Because I would never have known to even look up Elliott Chaze if it weren't for this edition. And yeah, so it's supposed to be fantastic. I can't wait to read this one as well. Last but not least is Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter. Now this came out in the fall last year, and I'm just still so excited about it. I've read it once now. I'm definitely going to read it again. I read it, I think I read it too quickly the first time I read it, but I still really enjoyed it. It's sort of a prose poem. It reads as like poetry, but it has a narrative like a novel, which is great. It's about a father and his two kids dealing with the loss of their mother. I'd say it's a really poignant book because it is sad, but it's so true to life and looks at grief in all of its angles, so that you see sort of the humor, the anger, the sadness, the guilt, every little aspect of it, that you sort of, I don't know, I felt very energized and inspired by sort of truthful, honest capturing of emotions. So yeah, this book is great, and if you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend it. Grief is the Thing with Feathers. Check it out soon. So guys, those are some, though not all, of the exciting books that have come out recently. If you want to take a closer look, please stop by Waterstones Trafalgar Square and have a little perusal. If you like this video, please like it, and if you really like this video, please subscribe. Until next time, happy reading. Bye bye bye. So many exciting new books.